Hello everyone, my name is Neil Patel and today I'm going to be showing you how you can use the Tinkerhouse custom cabinet sales dashboard. Okay, so what this program is basically it allows a salesperson to go into someone's home, show them some of those doors, designs, countertop, things like that, take some basic measurements and be able to provide an estimate before you leave the house. Okay, very simple program. Once you have a login, okay, you come to this particular dashboard, which has add a customer, add a salesperson. There's some kind of a door catalog that will help a salesperson identify what doors, what is the cost range, and all that. Then there are three tabs here: create detail quote tab, generate estimate, and create a ballpark quote tab. Right. This is going to go away, so we want to focus on that. So what each of the tab does is customer is very simple. If you have a customer that you're going in, you may want to add that customer's information. So quickly you can go in, add the customer, you'll be able to see the customer. Now you can be able to quote for the customer, right? Salesperson is again, it's internal tool. Basically, it's if you are having more than one salesperson, you want to create additional salesperson login, you'll be able to create that from here. Then let's talk about these three tabs. One is the create detail quote. That means if you know the whole layout of the kitchen, all the cabinetry, where it is going to set, and if you had that extra time of an hour and a half, and they're able to make a quick layout, then you can actually give them a very detailed quote. When you say detailed quote, this is like this code will be accurate to 95% accuracy, right? So you don't have to make any changes. The price will not fluctuate, but this will be a very detailed code. This is when you know the cabinet dimensions and all that, right? Then this is a ballpark code. Now, let's say a person wants to just know the ballpark code based on certain choices. Let's say he has a shaker door, he wants to do a modern door, or if he has an old kitchen, now he wants to go for a shaker or a flat or whatever. So based on your sample, they want to change the whole kitchen, right? So you want to give them a quick ballpark code. This is the tab to go to, right? So let's look at each of these tabs, right? And this is generate estimate. So once you entered your detail, either at a detail quote or at a ballpark quote or both, you'll be able to generate an estimate for those two entries that you have made. So that is one extra step. If you enter this information in these two tabs, and then you go in and create an estimate. So let's look at these two tabs here. Create a detailed quote has these many parameters, right? The one is the basic info that you need to enter for customer, like what the project is, some details of it. Then again, some more parameters surrounding the cabinetry. Here is if you know all the cabinetry width, height, depth, you can enter all those details here. Then any extra drawers, any extra accessories, you can do that with drawers. Same thing with doors. Let's say there are some doors that you want to order as a panels, some more filler materials, you can do that here. Then this is if you want some overlays like for toque, crown, moldings, extra fillers, you can do that in this tab. Last one is miscellaneous. So this is if you it is a good tab to use for products and services. So let's say demo, uh, they want to they want to demo a wall, add a wall, or they want to renew a window, add a window, or any basic services, or let's say they want an extra outlets done. This is the place that you can add window. And the last tab is the slab. It's basically if you choose, show them the choice and you want to do a quick calculation of how much it's going to cost in terms of how much the slab is going to cost and how much fabrication is cost. So this is the tab that we can do, right? And then we can submit the code. Now let's go ahead and look at the quick code. The quick code is the same tabs, except the information is a little bit less, right? So now you can see there's no parameter section. We don't need the parameters. But you do have the cabinetry, the drawers, the doors, the fillers, miscellaneous, and the slab. Now, if you look at the cabinetry here, you don't need to know the dimensions of each cabinet. So the system kind of does a little bit manipulation and does so all you have to do is if you look at the kitchen, they say, hey, I want the same kitchen. You can count the number of base cabinets. You can say, hey, I need 10, things like that. So you just want to enter how many base cabinet, how many wall cabinets, things like that. And for drawers, you can say, hey, in this kitchen, there are about 10 drawers. I'm going to say 10 drawers, things like that, right? So, or any other accessories they need in this kitchen. Doors, very similar. If you look at the kitchen and say, hey, if we need some more panels, some extra material, whatever, we can do this here. Fillers is very similar. but on a very high level, whether it's a molding, fillers, you can add miscellaneous, it's the same, the slabs is the same, that will be right. And so in this case, this is just give you a ballpark quote. So let's say if this ballpark quote comes to 20,000, you may want to give a quote from, say, the quote is from anywhere from 18,000 to 25,000, right? Because this is a ballpark quote, right? So this gives you a quick way to convey to the client that this other cabinet, this is what it's going to cost you for the kitchen, right? Still a very accurate quote, but again, it's a quick and dirty way to give them a ballpark quote. Um, let's go back to the dashboard, and then we can go into each detail of how to do a detailed quote and how to generate an estimate. So these two are the entries, right? So either you want to do a detailed quote or a ballpark quote. Now, the last thing is how you want to do an estimate. The way you do estimate is once you've made an entry, you can actually do the estimate here. You could click the project, you can give any discount code, whatever tax rate, and if you want to see itemize each cost, you can do that here, right? And if you do a generate estimate, a PDF will show up with the detailed cost, right? So we'll go back and do another session for a quick quote, and then we'll go back and do another session for detailed quote. By the way, all of these details are going to be available on the respective tabs. It'll be very easy to follow through of what each field is. Thank you.